Hey everybody, welcome to a Monday morning. It's a special Monday morning, it's laid back Monday morning. It's a mic talk at Song and Sword on Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to you guys. And as I said yesterday in the sermon, by the way, if you missed the sermon, go to Song and Sword and listen to it. But as I said yesterday in the sermon, many of us have family members and loved ones and friends and neighbors and coworkers who served and gave the highest gift you can give, their life. And so we remember on this day, we remember those people that have sacrificed for our freedoms. So happy Memorial Day. And I know Memorial Day, when I was growing up, our church used to do an all-church picnic. We'd go to McCormick's Creek State Park in Indiana. And it was a blast. 200 or 300 people would show up with every pie you could make and every casserole and chicken and all the good stuff. And we just had a blast celebrating and playing together as a family of God. Hope you're going to have a good day. Maybe you're camping. Maybe you're going to have a barbecue. Sarah and I have a kind of a laid-back time that we're going to hang out with some friends and just grill some steaks, I think. Whatever you're doing today, I hope you guys are well. Praying for you, and I love you. And I thought it'd be appropriate today to talk about a Memorial Day that is thousands of years old. All the way back in Exodus chapter 12. I'm going to read a couple of verses and kind of fill you in on the context of that. And then we'll go have a picnic and go play with our family and friends, hang out in the sun. Exodus chapter 12, starting in verse 13 says, "The blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and no plague will befall you to destroy you when I strike the land of Egypt. This day shall be for you a memorial day, and you shall keep it as a feast of the Lord throughout all your generations, as a statute forever. You shall keep it as a feast." This Memorial Day that God's talking about to Moses and the children of Israel in Exodus is the night we call Passover night, because this is the night where the death angel came in and passed over the Hebrew houses, and God delivered them from the slavery of Egypt. That Memorial Day is still celebrated today with Jewish people of Jewish descent. It's called Passover. It is the same meal, it's the Memorial Day meal that Jesus kept 1,500 years after this first Passover was kept by Moses. And it's really interesting because I know that God has a plan, but it's just intriguing how it all falls together. And I'm reminded on this Memorial Day, it's good to get together to eat and remember. That's what Memorial Day ultimately is. I know it gets lost in the, hey, we don't have to go to school or work and we get a day off, we can travel, it's a 4-day weekend, all that kind of stuff. But the reality is, we're supposed to remember something, that's why it's here. And what we're supposed to remember is lives lost. In the Bible, in Exodus chapter 12, this passage we just read, Jesus says, or God says to Moses, I don't want you to forget this day. This is the day that you came out of bondage into freedom. This is the day that you left slavery to be the people of God. And I don't want you to ever forget it. So every year on this day, on this Memorial Day, you're going to celebrate Passover. And you're going to remember the blood on the doorpost. And you're going to eat the lamb. And you're going to remember that there was a sacrifice. A lamb was sacrificed so that you guys could live. And you're going to eat this meal together. And it's going to be the same every year. That same meal, as God lines this up, is hosted by Jesus in Jerusalem on a Passover the night he was betrayed. And he's going through all the Jewish ritual. He's remembering the slavery in Egypt. He's remembering he's eating the lamb, breaking the bread, serving the wine, the blood on the doorpost. They're celebrating Passover. When Jesus says, "This is my body and this is my blood." And because of that, Jesus really tied himself to that first Memorial Day called Passover, because Jesus now was getting ready to become the sacrificial lamb that took away our sins, that took us out of slavery into freedom, that took us out of our sin and our past into being the sons and daughters of God. That is worth remembering. That's why the Israelites and the Jewish people always celebrate Passover. That's why we always celebrate communion or the Eucharist, because we don't ever want to forget. Memorial Day, happy Memorial Day, guys. Relax, enjoy, it's a day off. Have fun with family and friends. Don't forget, remember what this day is about. And then remember the other Memorial Day in the Bible where Jesus set us free. God bless you guys. Happy Monday. See you tomorrow.